Hello and welcome back to the Nasty Metal Production channel here at YouTube, and welcome to another Friday review. Today I am reviewing Resurrection Day, the 24th or 25th full-length album, if you count Prayers of Steel, the album that they released under Avenger from Rage, which was released through Steamhammer Records on September 17th. And of course, this follows last year's Wings of Rage, which is crazy. Within a year already, they got a new album out. So without further ado, let me get into my thoughts on Resurrection Day from Rage. Okay, before I really get into any of my thoughts on this particular album, you know what I have to do. I have to do a track listing rundown so I can tell you folks what are the songs on this album, how many songs are on this album, and what is the time length for this album. And since we have at least about 12 songs here, which is kind of the same about the same length or same amount of songs on the previous album, it all clocks in at 50 minutes and 2 seconds actually. So again, there you go. So let's get into the songs here. Since it begins with the instrumental titled Memento Vitae, it then goes into, or it serves as the intro to, of course, the title track, then into Virginity, which was one of the first single or songs to be released prior to this album. A New Land, Arrogance and Ignorance, Man in Chains, The Age of Reason, Monetary Gods, which is, I think, the second track that was, or at least the second song to be released prior to this album. Then, of course, Mind Control, Traveling Through Time, Black Room, and then finally ending with Extinction Overkill. So there's your 12 songs for this album. So, since this is their 24th album, and since it does follow last year's Wings of Rage, I don't know. I guess you can say something definitely has changed, because for once, there's actually goddamn, I think it used to be 4 guys or 3 guys, I think, in Rage. It used to be 4 guys until I think at some point they went the, almost the Motorhead route and basically went to be a 3-piece, but this album introduces a new member, actually a second guitar player, into the band, which is John Borman, who makes his debut on this album. So, again, making Rage, once again, a 4-piece here, seems like. So, this is his first with the album, with Rage here, I meant to say, with Rage. And you really do feel his presence. He seems to really bring in a different style, almost a little bit of a... He almost brings in a little bit new flavor and new energy into the band here, because of I'll tell you this, I didn't mind last year's Wings of Rage, though it wasn't anywhere near probably being their best album, but it was at least a fine, solid album from them, even if, again, it's not going to replace any of the really classics that this band has released over the years that they have been around, at least. But this one right here, I guess, with the new addition of John Borman, you know what? Somehow this album with him, I think he pushed them to probably putting out probably some of their best material that they have probably released in within over probably a long time. This is probably the strongest release so far. And this is a really solid album. I mean, just from the opening instrumental Memento Vitae / Overture, it's actually not really / Overture, but it's just again Overture with commas, basically. Again, it's a 1 minute and 14 sort of very symphonic instrumental, which again kind of gives it almost an epicness, where it's kind of, you know, building towards what you might going to be getting with the title track, which again it goes straight into, and again that's when you get the best sort of you know, that's when you're just sucked into the entire album. It doesn't let up from there anyways. So from right into the title track, which already again kind of just sets the tone for the entire album. You can tell that the band sounds reinvigorated. They sound re-energized. That there's a lot of excitement that's surging through the entire song and through most of the songs on this album. They definitely offer up some great solid German European power metal that at times pushes the boundaries of being speed metal and thrash metal at times, or even more modern metal influences, and that could be due to John Borman's influence in the overall playing and the styles of the album, because it's really heard on songs like Virginity, which pushes the boundaries of being more of a thrashier kind of track, and of course the more modern sort of metal style guitar leanings that are structuring that's found in Arrogance and Ignorance. Then of course the more groovy feel of Monetary Gods. These are the songs that really give you more of a you can tell this is probably all due to John Borman's influence maybe on here, because I don't remember a lot of these kind of influences being present on the previous album, Wings of Rage. But the one thing that again that is very similar, but it's a lot more realized here, and just seems to be more exciting here compared to the previous album, is again the songs like the title track, like A New Land, like in Man in Chains, like The Age of Reason, or Mind Control. Though that one kind of is more melodic in places too. I mean, there are some melodic parts on this one, which is nothing new really to the Rage camp, but a lot of the stuff here, especially with Mind Control, just has a more melodic feel, more energetic rock and roll kind of feel going on with this one, but it's great. Then of course other tracks like Traveling Through Time and the very almost ballad-like for Black Room, which again I think there were like one or two maybe kind of semi-ballads that I think that was found on Wings of Rage, but I think here Black Room it's really the only soul ballad on the album, and it's actually a fine one. It's definitely right in the middle between two pretty good songs and one solid ending track. Again, Traveling Through Time and Extinction Overkill. And Extinction Overkill ends the album the way that the album kind of pretty much begins with the title track. Again, the same sort of energy and excitement and heaviness. And again, Extinction Overkill is a heavy track too, but this one already, it's like they really, they brought their A game into this album. And again, that's probably due to the influence of the new guy, John Borman. He really pretty much gave the band a whole new level of excitement. And it's why a lot of the songs on the album feel really strong and feel solid. Even the more modern style leanings that are found in some of the songs, like Monetary Gods or Virginity and Arrogance and Ignorance, still have a way of feeling very just exciting and overall just energetic. And there's a lot of the performances and so on. They all feel like they were just. They all brought their A game, is basically what I'm going with. It's like they are all solid, but the whole entire album is fucking solid. There really isn't a bad song here. Everything is played well, even again when you got some songs that got some really interesting instrumentals or intros or whatnot, very acoustic at times, very a little bit just great sort of instrumentals and guitar leanings and whatnot. Everything that just sounds solid. I mean, I don't want to go on any further here because I think I've already kind of got a lot of my, you get where I'm going with and my overall thoughts. You can tell I'm fucking positive toward this one, and it is a very positive album. Very solid effort from these guys, and definitely some of the best that they've put out probably a long time. It's definitely way better than last year's album, so that's all I gotta say there. This is a really good album from Rage. So there you go, folks. There's my overall thoughts on Resurrection Day from Rage, and my I wrote it down here. My rating is a 9.25 out of 10. I can't remember what was the rating I gave Wings of Rage, but I don't think I gave it this high of a score. To me, again, because if I rated this highly, definitely, again, what goes along with my sort of really great positive thoughts and really just the overall excitement This is an enthusiasm. My God, this is just a really good album from these guys, and I was really surprised that they really put a lot of effort into really kind of making a really good album here. I mean, they kind of say that this is going to top any of the really classic albums, like either, you know, example like Execution Guaranteed, or Reign of Fear, or even maybe like Perfect Man, you know, any of those kind of classic albums that Rage have released over the years at least. The kind of say that this is going to top any of those is probably at least a little bit of a stretch there, but for at least a modern Rage album, this is really good. It's a really solid album, and I definitely recommend checking this album out, even though if you're subscribed to me, you probably are aware of Rage, and you probably do follow these guys, and since this album has been released since September 17th, I'm definitely curious of what you guys think, and if you got any sort of thoughts, whether it be positive or negative, you can leave them in the comment section below. But if you want to check this album out and you haven't really caught up with anything Rage in the past couple of years, or even who knows how long, I recommend checking this album out and giving it a chance. It is a very solid album. So with that, hope all of you enjoy. This is Harry Thrasher saying I'm out, and I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.